What up, it's your boy Dick Incredible, and this is my discussion slash review for 911 Season 7, Episode 2, titled Don't Rock the Boat. And I called it. Was a little wrong, but I called it. Let's talk about it.
Headed out for change, I just started on my quest. Yeah, the world will know my name, I'm excited, I'm obsessed. No one in my way but myself and a test. Yeah, I will be the best, yeah, I will be the best. Life is just a game, I'll be playing till I rest. I'll be there to claim my own spot among the best.
I called it, of course. I told you that this season opening was going to kind of run over into the third episode, and it did. Now, I love the fact that ABC done that. On Fox, I think maybe a handful of times that it only done like 3 episodes when it kind of done the season opening. And I'm not mad at it, man. And they kind of really went full force on this very first season being on ABC. So huge shout out to them for that. And they gave us a real big disaster. Sure, it's another water disaster. You know, we had the tsunami before, but this one is different. We're on a cruise ship, and there's some other things at play as well. Now, I love this episode because, like I said, it was a continuation of episode 1 and it's going to flow into episode 3. But there was a lot of different elements coming into this episode. Sure, we had all the stuff that was going on with the cruise ship and the pirates and the dongle and everything like that. But we also had some sort of serious type stuff going on with the crew of the 118 as well back at home base. Now, this episode solely pretty much focused on Athena and Bobby, and I'm not mad at that because, like I said in my review for episode 1, we really kind of wanted to know what was going on with the cruise ship and when the big disaster and everything was going to strike. Now, we see this episode that it wasn't just the storm or the tsunami. We had the pirates to still deal with, and they sabotaged the ship, and the ship exploded, and now it's taking on water. Now, with all that, let's talk about the what's the dude's name? His name is Julian. For the life of me, I couldn't think of that. But anyway, I kind of called it with Julian. Now, I was wrong, and I'd admit that. He wasn't working with the pirates. He was pulling his own racket, you know, seducing these older women and stealing from them and stuff like that. Like, you could tell Athena saw it and spotted it out, and that was very evident in this episode when she kind of exposed everything, that you could tell something was off when him and old girl were kind of looking at each other at the table. You know what I'm saying? So, to be fair, I called that right off rip. I'm pretty sure you guys saw it as well. But Julian was out here scheming on the cruise ship this whole time, and he had the dongle that the pirates were looking for. What sucks is because Norman had to get shot in the process and find out that his wife was cheating on him with this younger guy on the cruise, and also caused him to get shot. But then, like, we kind of see as the episode progresses, we see that Norman is kind of explaining things to Bobby. You know, we've been married 36 years. We sold all our stuff to constantly live on cruises, and she's cheating on me. And then she also caused me to get shot. Hey, yeah, the dude is done. I mean, he may not be completely, but we also see that this cruise ship kind of put a strain on the relationship, and this also was kind of putting a strain on Bobby and Athena's relationship as well. And we know why. Now, I didn't really like the concept that ABC was doing with that aspect, but I like how it kind of revolved or resolved itself a little bit in this episode, because we see that Bobby and Athena kind of stepped up into their leadership position role, so to speak. You know, Bobby's taking care of Norman, and Athena's, you know, kind of keeping an eye on Julian and handling things around the ship and stuff. Now, when the explosion actually takes place, we see that they kind of go into a different kind of mode, you know what I'm saying? Because Athena is still, well, she's chasing down Julian for one, but she's also, I don't want to say running away from Bobby, but she's trying to handle her job as a cop, but she's not a cop. You know, she's on vacation. But it's a good thing that she did, you know, because if it wouldn't have been for her tracking down Julian, they would have never heard that the captain was stuck down below, you know, taking on water and everything, and it would have never led to Athena going to the bilge pump. I think it's bilge pump. But anyway, I love that bilge pump scene between Athena and Bobby. You know, he's constantly looking for his wife this entire episode, and he finally finds her, and you know, they're both kind of trapped in there. And I read an article online that Peter Krause felt like this was the perfect time, if they wanted to write and kill Bobby off. Like, this was the perfect moment, him saving Athena in that particular moment where they both could have drowned. Would have been fantastic, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't. I love Bobby and Athena together. I love Bobby's character. So I didn't want them to kill Bobby off, but like when I read the article, I saw that Peter Krause was like, well, you know, that was a perfect moment and they may not get another better chance than that, you know, him sacrificing himself to save Athena. But like, we see that they're kind of overcame their obstacles a little bit of why they didn't want to be on this cruise together, and we see a flashback of Bobby going to the therapist as well and kind of reliving his fears that, you know, maybe they didn't really have a chance to explore their relationship on a deeper level. You know what I'm saying? He proposed after a couple months of dating. Athena said yes, and their honeymoon came 4 years later. So there was a lot of trial and tribulation with that, and that kind of set them on a rocky thing. But I feel like after, you know, yet again, another death-defying stunt, they kind of came out on the other side of it, and I'm happy and joyous for that because I love Bobby and Athena together. I feel like they're such a wonderful couple, and they're just going to be stronger. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want Bobby to die either. Now, with all of that, you know, and all the stuff that's going on with that, we constantly see that this one cruise member that want his poker chips cashed in, you know, he's just being rude and everything. He's annoying. But, you know, he might get his comeuppance, as we see in the preview later at the end of this episode. But with Bobby and Athena being trapped, we also have a chance for Julian to redeem himself. You know, Athena kind of told him he earned a chance when he saved the captain and got her to the top. But I feel like he full wholeheartedly redeemed himself once he saved Bobby and Athena. I feel like big ups to him on that. Sure, he might have been a douchebag, but he kind of redeemed himself a little bit. He probably still got to go to jail, but he redeemed himself, and he may not get as much time because they may speak on his behalf. So big ups to Julian on that part. Now, the rest of the episode, we see that Hen is kind of dealing with her own circumstance because the 118 is called to a particular case, and with this case, you know, it's a case involving drunk driver and kind of like a hit, well, not hit and run, but a drunk driver hit situation. So in situations like that, I think we can all agree on that's something like to do with like Nazis. That's something we all disagree with. You know what I'm saying? So drunk drivers and pedophiles and stuff like that, that's something that is universal that we can all get behind, you know, when they cause, like when a drunk driver causes an accident or something like that. Now we see this dude, like he's getting all defensive. He don't want to talk to the police. He don't want to be checked medically by the paramedics. So like he's on this rant, and we know that he's drunk. Let's be real. He was staggering a little bit, but Chim couldn't smell it. The officers really couldn't tell because he didn't want to, you know, be checked right there on the scene and everything. And as we progress in the episode, we find out that his mom is like a councilwoman or city councilman or something like that. So he feels like he's high and mighty, and Hen wasn't having it. Hen wasn't having it at all. She was like, okay, if you refuse, sir, are you refusing you know, to be checked out? Yes, I am. Okay. And the next thing you know, dude dies, and they pronounce him dead at the hospital. Now, with that, Hen is really dealing with some stuff because she feel like she might have missed something, and Buck and Eddie and Chim are kind of, they're trying to help her, but it feels like it's not coming across that way to Hen. And then, you know, her captain kind of temporarily suspended her until the autopsy / the toxology report came back a little bit. So she feels a little perturbed, so to speak, because of what's actually happening to her. And long story short, you know, it comes out that the dude was like super wasted, and then he had methamphetamines in his blood system. So yeah, dude was gone. It sucks that he had to die, but you know, his mom was looking for someone to blame, and your son was the one to blame. He seriously needed help, and he wasn't getting it. And it's sad that he had to die, but his mom had probably helped him out in situations so much before that's why he felt so entitled once he did cause an accident. You know, oh no, I'm not going to be checked out. I'm not going to do a field sobriety test. So he felt entitled, and his entitledness kind of got him killed. So sucks to be you, bro. But we also see Hen is following her gut, which also led her to the right decision in that case about Bobby and Athena. You know, she can't get them on the little map. This tropical storm has been upgraded to a hurricane. So now we're dealing with a lot of stuff. You know, it was nice to see Maddie kind of be involved in that particular circumstance. So that's pretty much the entire episode. Like I said, it focused mostly on Bobby and Athena on the ship, and I'm okay with that because that's what we were there for. And at the ending of the episode, we see that a huge wave flipped the ship, and now everybody is in a peculiar situation. Some more than most. Some are in like dangerous some are in dangerous situations. You know, I think maybe Julian, the rude guy, and I think the doctor that was on board. Maybe 3 to 4 people are in dangerous situations right there in that moment as the boat flipped over. So we'll have to see how that plays out in next week's episode. But boy, I'm telling you, man, hands down, bro. 911 hitting a home run with this opening. This is what it's incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button until you can't smash it. You need more coming down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them and subscribe. Peace out.
Cause I've been working a lot, I think I deserve a shot, I think I deserve a spot. Cause it's been years on this path that I walked, and if I keep going, I pray I'll be at the top.